Hi, I'm Robert Jackman, and thank you for watching my channel, The Art of Practical Wisdom. Today I want to talk with you about an expression that maybe you've heard before, and that is that children are great observers, but lousy interpreters. And what that means is, as children, we were taking in a lot of information and trying to make sense of it. So we were trying to make sense of what was happening in our family of origin. We were observing it. We were in the middle of dysfunction, or we were experiencing happy times, and then in the same day, some really not so happy times, maybe traumatic situations that were happening. And so as children, we were taking in all of this information, and we were using the knowledge we had at the time, the perspective that we had at the time, to make sense of it. So that's the interpretation. So we were observing and taking it all in, but our perspective that we had on life was pretty narrow, especially under the age of 5 or even under the age of 8. But as we got older, our perspective keeps on expanding and increasing, and then our interpretation of the information gets better. But as children, we take in this data, and we begin to then make it personal. So if there's an example where maybe your parent or sibling or a teacher or a friend reacted very negatively towards you, then you took that in, and let's say you had feelings of insecurity within yourself, so you made it about you, as far as like you were the problem. They said this to you. Now you have this problem. Now this is who you are. And now that becomes part of your false narrative that you carry through childhood into your adulthood. And so that's how these sort of crossed wires happen within us, where we see a situation, we hear something, we observe it, and then we interpret what that means. We use all the knowledge we have at that point, and we interpret, okay, this is what that means. And if we feel insecure in any way, then we load up that experience with our insecurity, and we make it about us. We say, well, I'm the one at fault, or I should be doing better, or I guess I'm not very likable, or I guess I'm not lovable. And so that's where these misperceptions come from. And then when people come to see me in my office as adults, they're still carrying these misperceptions. So really, they're carrying the same misperceptions that they developed as a child, but now as an adult. So even though as an adult they have a great perspective on things, they still are referring back to, well, this is what I heard as a kid, so I guess it's true. And so that's a lot of what we're doing in therapy with adults, is really helping to reframe those experiences, and we're helping to create a new narrative, and really helping to erase that false narrative that they carried for years. So that's what that expression means, that children are great observers but lousy interpreters. And I hope that that gives you some insight into maybe some wounding that you carry, some parts of your narrative that you're holding on to that may not fit you anymore, and really examine that and say, okay, what's really true about me, or what was I interpreting as a child but really wasn't the case. So I hope that helps, and blessings on your journey. And please, you can contact me through the Art of Practical Wisdom, or you can leave comments below, and I'll try to answer them. But keep strong and keep on your journey. Blessings.